So Keffals has found her way into drama once again. Honestly, at this point, I can't wait for all of the bigger channels to make those 2-3 hour long videos once Keffals has her inevitable, at this point, fall from grace. Even though she honestly isn't even really in anyone's good graces other than like her community. But honestly, once even that is gone, the amount of videos that are going to come out and the amount of stuff that there is here is insane. But this time, Keffals has found her way into getting into a somewhat of a beef or a drama with a lawyer. So yesterday I talked about how he ended up getting banned off of YouTube. Reason being, this guy named Keffals, who turns out, I knew the name was familiar. He's like friends with Keffals, and Nick Rekieta talked about Keffals. And here's what Keffals says happened. When Nick Rekieta issued death threats against Keffals, many of us were like, that seems like an ethics violation, and contacted the Minnesota State Bar. I just got this letter in which they state that they are not going to investigate. I have 2 weeks to appeal. Now, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I personally looked for any threat that Nick Rekieta made. As far as I can see, there was none. Alright, now, I only really searched on Twitter. I couldn't look on YouTube because I think his channel's still down. So I don't understand where else I was supposed to look. Maybe articles and stuff. But other than that, like I really couldn't come across anything. Now, I do want you to notice the fact that he tagged the Minnesota State Bar. Because when it comes to Keffals, her main weapon is just throw people at stuff. Like, go do this, go do that. Like, you gotta listen to me. Hey, like, this is a really important cause, guys. Come on, these people are anti-trans. And Keffals, sillily, stupidly, decided to come out and claim responsibility for this. It was just so ridiculous. Like, Keffals is really setting herself up in a really, really bad place. Like, especially with the Destiny stuff going on, where he released that manifesto on her, talking about, hey, here's all the stuff she did bad. And she's like, negatively affected my life very much. And he's also talked about getting a lawyer. And Rekieta Law himself is a lawyer, all right? And you keep claiming that you want this guy to have his channel gone because he, quote-unquote, threatened to line you up against the wall and shoot you, and you show no proof of it. And if this thing doesn't actually exist, you're just setting yourself up for an easy defamation lawsuit. And it's super easy to prove loss. He lost his channel because of you. And I don't know who's going to be able to get it back. It's just so wild to me to think about. Like, Keffals really just thinks she's so, like, invincible. Maybe I'm jealous, honestly. Because I would love to just be able to run around on the internet just saying and doing whatever and have no type of consequence. Alright? Because even sometimes when I'll criticize somebody, people won't like it. And the same thing happens with Keffals, obviously. That's what I'm doing now. But it doesn't really affect her. I don't think she even sees it nearly as often as she would like you to think. Now, I do want to talk about another aspect. So, remember how Keffals was saying that she was in danger? And I came on here and I was like, hey, this is wrong, guys. Like, this is not something that people should be doing. People shouldn't be doxing somebody. Like, I'll criticize her and nothing more. And then she makes the decision to go to TwitchCon. Now, why would you do that? And why announce it beforehand? And later on, she says she's going to TwitchCon San Diego, which she lives in Canada. Why not go to the one in Canada? Is there one in Canada? I don't know. Let me not just spread off you like, she could just go to the one closer to her. Who cares? But the point is, it's really ridiculous for her to announce where she's going when she has people coming after her, right? Which means she either exaggerated the swatting, which I don't think so, because she would have had to went to insane lengths to keep that up, or she's just being dumb and irresponsible. Obviously, I don't want her to get attacked or anything, so don't think that's the point of me saying this. The point of me saying this is going like, it's really dumb. This is like almost on the level of like, you're on Facebook and your cousin that you know steals, you see him, right? And you know that he's following you, and then you post, hey, I'm going away for the weekend. And then you see that same cousin be like, oh, have fun. That cousin's gonna steal from you. Like, that cousin's gonna rob you blind. Now, hopefully, I'm not hoping that the stealing doesn't happen to her, in which she gets stolen on at TwitchCon, because I don't think anybody would. They can probably find her house again, but I don't think people will be super interested in breaking into her house. Isn't this woman like 30-ish, or it's like 25 to 30, so mid to late 20s? Like, at what point do you realize, hey, maybe I should stop making dumb decisions? Maybe that's in my best interest. You know what? I keep bringing this up because, like, it's the most obvious answer. The drama is so profitable. Like, she gets so much money, so many people looking at her, so many people paying attention to her, if she just stays in drama. So why stop? You'd be messing up your money. Like, you literally get more money, get more eyes on you, simply by being in more and more drama. So if you get more and more drama, and then H3 invites you on their podcast, and then more and more people talk about you, and then more and more people dunk on you and make videos about you, well, then obviously you're gonna make a ton of money. All right, like, what can you really do, honestly? Like, as much as I'll be like, oh man, this sucks, I even contributed to it, because I'm sure there's somebody who's watched my videos who had no clue who Keffals was, and they now do, which inevitably is going to give her a boost in some way, even if they go and watch her video and dislike it. Maybe it's like almost addicting to be in the spotlight on that level, of where like people are always like hanging on to every word you say, and you know that you can rile up people just by a little bit of stupidity, and you just throw it in there, and boom, you get 1,000 new subscribers on YouTube. You get all types of people in your DMs, all like Keemstar, all these high profile YouTubers. Honestly, I would say it's a good business decision if it weren't for the fact that it keeps almost destroying her life. If people start deciding to sue her, I don't think she has the money to ride that type of stuff out. And even if she does, she's in the wrong, especially with Destiny and Rekieta. If the two of them sue her, I'm pretty sure that they'll get awarded some money for damages, considering how they both lost revenue streams. I don't think Rekieta Law, like, his main thing was YouTube, especially considering how he was like bar certified, I think it is. Is that how you say it? Like, he's on the bar, yeah. But still, like, that's money. Like, Rekieta Law, like, came on interviews with the Quartering. He had a lot of subscribers. Like, this was not like a super small channel. You know, that kind of thing happens to me. I'm just gone. You know, which it's probably good that Keffals hasn't seen any of my videos on her, or I probably get a lot of nasty stuff in my inbox. Yeah, so I'm not quite flying at the sun. I won't add her in the video title or anything. I wonder, like, as a Keffals follower, like, at what point do you think enough is enough? Like, okay, we took down Kiwi Farms. I don't think I made a video about that, because I took a break from Keffals because it was getting tiring. Like, that Kiwi Farms, that whole thing was pushing the brink. But after that whole thing, and then they went after 4chan for a little bit, and that just didn't work, which I kind of knew it wouldn't, because, like, 4chan's different, man. Like, Kiwi Farms sort of obscure. 4chan is different. I will never, like, get into an argument on 4chan. Those people are wild, okay? Especially how, like, people literally on the internet, they found Shia LaBeouf's, like, flag from cloud patterns. They can find anybody. But like, why would you put your name out there for somebody you don't know on an ethics complaint? Why? Like, especially for some random YouTuber / Twitch streamer. Like, they asked me to sign some petition, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, why am I putting my name on this petition? Like, why am I putting my real name out there for you? And then they were getting mad that they were going to read the names off of the court documents that were already there. Anybody could have went and got them. And you just Streisand affected this whole thing. I guarantee you I would have never heard about any of this had he not gotten banned off of YouTube. And if he comes back, I'm sure he's going to get a huge boost. A huge boost. Even if it's just from people who don't like Keffals, and they're going to be like, okay, we got to get back at her. You know, and it is what it is. So I'm actually going to end it off here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. Goodbye.